Here are 10 Canva features you will be glad you learned about. It's like a hodgepodge of necessities. For this first trick, animated handwriting. Go to Elements, we're going to search up chalkboard. Next, I'm going to go to text. Add a text box. I'm going to say, look at how cool this is. So I'm going to click up, I want to change the font, so I'm going to go click Canva Sans, and I'm going to type homemade apple. Any of these would do just fine. Kind of looks chalky, and I'm resizing it by dragging the corners. All right, so now we just have a bunch of text on a chalkboard. Now let's have a hand animated to write that out. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put an animation on this text. So I'm going to click on it, go up to Animate, and I'm going to go to Typewriter because I want it to appear like that. And then I'm going to go to Elements and look up Hand with Chalk. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm also going to remove the background. And I'm going to line it up. Now notice how it's under the text, so I want to make sure it's on top of the text. So I'm going to click the three dots while it's selected, and I'm going to go to Layer and bring it to the front. So in order for this to now write the letters, I'm going to animate this hand. So I click Animate, and I'm going to create an animation. And now I can drag this hand to go across the text in the speed that I feel like it would go. And I also want to kind of wiggle it a little bit. Look at how cool this is, right? Okay, so as I watched that, it didn't go quite as fast as the text did. So what I could do is I can go down here to the bottom and click Delete Path, and then I get to start over again. So you just tweak it until you have it good. Oh, it's so close. All right, so if I want to preview what I just did, so that's pretty neat. And that's without using any kind of special application. So that's one little trick. The next feature I want to show you is Magic Write. So we're home. We're going to create a project by clicking that plus button, and we're going to go down to Docs. We're just going to go to just the first one, that's fine. Let's say we want to make a resume. First of all, there are templates for resumes. You can go to Design, Resume. So you just pick which one you want. Here, that looks pretty basic, pretty straightforward. All right, whoever Martha Blevins is. Then we are going to scroll down. Now, I am not Martha Blevins, so let's say I want to write all my achievements and why they would want to hire me. We're pretending that I really have no writing skills whatsoever. Okay, so if I sent this cover letter to a potential employer, they're probably not going to hire me. I would like to be hired by a company because I think I'm creative and can use Canva really well. I also can talk to others and people say I am nice. So I don't know about you, but I don't think I would hire me here. So what I want to do is I'm going to highlight that section, and this little menu pops up. So I click on the pencil, and it tells you right there it's Magic Write. So you have a lot of options, but I'm just going to say Rewrite because I know this is no good. Rewrite. And I'm going to say this, but I'm going to ask it to make this more formal and professional. I'm going to click Generate, Replace. I am keen to join your esteemed. Okay, so first of all, I wouldn't use the word keen. So I'm going to go right back into Magic Write, and I'm going to say Rewrite, Replace. All right, I am eager to become part of your esteemed company, as I believe I bring a creative flair along with strong proficiency in using Canva. Additionally, I have a natural talent for effective communication, and others often describe me as personable and approachable. So I'm sure you're like me where you've used ChatGPT a ton of times. Well, this is amazing because you don't even have to leave Canva And this way you're not copying and pasting and using different formats. You're still in this template for a resume. So this is a great example of a practical use for Magic Write and a template. Translate. This is a great tool for when you don't speak other languages, but you need to send this to somebody who speaks another language, or you need to make something available to multiple people. So let's say I want to send my resume to a Spanish-speaking person. I can do translate. So I don't even have to highlight anything. I'm just going to go up to Magic Switch, and I'm going to go to translate. And here I can choose a language. Now I'm going to show you just how many languages Canva has in their library of languages. So pretty amazing. So let's translate to Spanish for now. You can even change the tone at this point instead of doing it ahead of time. So we're just going to keep it original. We like what we wrote here. And if I had multiple pages, I might do all of the pages or just the one that I'm on. Translate existing design without creating a copy, because if you don't click that, I will automatically now have two copies, this one and my Spanish one. So I'm just going to translate without making a copy just so you can see it. So now I click translate, and now it is translated. You may want to double check the translation with someone, because again, Canva's not perfect, AI is not perfect. So if it's a very important thing, I would always just double check with someone who does speak the language that you've translated it to. Another great feature is version history. If you've gone way off where you intended to head in a design, you can go to version history months later. You don't have to just undo. So here's a design that I made, and I was doing a tutorial for something else, so it's kind of got stuff all over the place. So I can't just hit undo to go back to the very beginning. Let's say I go, oh, well, I liked what I did for part of this, but I want to get rid of all this other stuff. And I don't want to take time to delete one thing at a time. And I can't undo because I've just opened this project again. Undo only works when you're still in a session of that project. Once you close the project, you can't undo. So what am I to do? Well, I can go back to my version history. So go to File, and down here, Version History. This is a pro feature, but this is worth every penny if you design a lot. Click Version History, and here is my versions. Now, this is not just the auto saves. This is more like when I've made some major changes or I've opened it for different sessions. So if I go all the way back to the beginning here, this is actually what my project started out as. Can you believe that? And it ended up like that. So somewhere in the middle, let's see, somewhere in the middle I took a turn. Well, there I go. I was thought, maybe I'll make something look like that. And then I went with this girl, and then I started making. And now I do remember this was one of the designs that I really wanted to work on. And then I did a live presentation, and it ended up like this. So maybe I want to start from here again. This is a great starting point. All I have to do is go up to the right and click Restore, or I can make a copy. Maybe I want to keep the current version as it is, but I want to restore this version as well. I can click Make a Copy. So either one of these options. So let's say Restore. And there is my project. Now if I hit Undo, it's going to take me back to what I originally opened. Because again, for this session of Canva, we only opened this version, and then we opened the restored version. So if I go back to the restored version, how great is that? If you delete a project, those delete out of the trash after 30 days. There's no restoring that. A lot of my content ideas come from my actual everyday editing. So if there is a feature that you want to learn more about, comment below, and I would love to make a video based on these requests. If you have a design and you're feeling like the colors aren't quite mashing together, what you can do is click on the photo that is your centerpiece, click the three dots, and you go down to Apply Colors to Page. And what that does is it changes the rest of your design to work better with the colors in your photo. And I do kind of like that better. Now, if you don't love the result, you can do it again and go down to Apply Colors to Page, and it'll change it up again. So you can do that as many times as you want until you get the result that you want. The other thing I want to show you is I saw this feature which I thought was kind of cool. So I want these two background me's to be like monotone, duotone. So I click on it, I go to Edit, and I go down to Duotone in the effects. What this is going to do is it changes all those colors to be just two of them. And you can go with the suggestions, or you can make your own two colors up by just clicking these two things. Maybe I want this font to be more complementary. Again, we're going to go to our colors. So gray, I don't know, it's kind of blah. I'm just gonna go off book here, and I'm gonna make it red. And then I'm gonna click this, go to Edit, Duotone, but I'm actually gonna change it to match. If I click that water dropper and click on the red that's up there, now it matches, yes! So now instead of doing all of that again to the other me, which I can't quite grab, there we go. I'm gonna delete the other me, center the front me. I'm gonna duplicate this one of the coloring that I like. And then I'm going to push this back with the three dots, layer, send back. Oops, I sent it to the back so it went behind everything. So I'm gonna undo that, click the three dots, layer, send backwards. There we go. Now, speaking of books, so this is one of the greatest books I've read recently that inspires me. Instead of just having a book float there, you can use Mockups. So what you do is you go to Elements, and it is one of the categories right down here now. This didn't used to be a category on its own. So you choose Mockups, and it gives you categories of mockups. So I actually just want it to be a book, and look, recently used. So I've actually recently used this book mockup. So I'm gonna click on it. And what you do is you drag and drop. I wanna show you something very subtle here. When I drop it into this, it doesn't look like anything is happening, except you'll notice that the frame around the mockup is blue. Here it is before I drag it, here it is while I'm dragging it. When I let go, you can now tell it's spinning. It's adding that image to the mockup. And in just a few seconds, it will be amazing. If I hit play. I mean, how cool is that? So you don't have to have added animation or anything like that. It's just in there. So you cannot change, you can't remove the background. So the mock-up I used, it is what it is, which is pretty awesome. What I could do, if this is the book, let's say, that I wanted to focus on for this particular project, I could go to Edit, I could crop it, fit it, fill it, like there are things I can do. So there's Mockups. You might be really happy to know that Canva has its own scheduling content planner. Right up from the home page, if you go to More, scroll down to Content Planner. So you can go right to the date that you want to schedule, click a little plus sign, and choose the design that you want to schedule. You can also do it from your design. So if you're in your design, you go up to Share, and right down here, See All, you can scroll down to Social, and it gives you all of the social connections. And if you haven't already connected your social media accounts, you can do that easily through this Canva interface. And you just schedule your stuff. Schedule it and forget about it. Love it. Now I want to show you Magic Resize. This is a design that I made in a presentation mode. It's 16 by 9. Let's say I wanted this to be for Instagram. That is not 16 by 9. So what I'm going to do is go up to the top left, click Resize, and I can resize right here. Maybe I want to make it an Instagram story. I can just click it and resize this design. It puts things where it thinks that I want them to be. It's not always where I want them to be, but it is now in the right size. You'll also notice that if you do like video editing, but you're going, well, I'm not really making this a video, just click Exit Video right down here, and it will take you to your regular view that you're used to. So whatever it resizes it to, you can now adjust it, but you know that your size is now correct for the location you want it to go to. I hope you found those features useful, and more than anything, I hope they help you stay creative. Thank you. Peace out. For more design tips like these, subscribe to Sarah Gus Designs.